A lot of people comment and say how bad it would be for my smart home if the internet went off or if the power went off. Well, let's just do it. Let's shut off the internet and see what still works in my smart home. I think I'll survive. I'm also going to turn the power off and back on again and show you one of my worst nightmares that actually happened to me in my smart home. Of course, you can still control the smart light switches from the physical switch. You can also use the app to control Lutron light switches without the internet. Same goes for Philips Hue lights with their light switch, and you can control it from the app as well. You're probably thinking, okay, those have hubs, so they can work without an internet connection. Well, LifeX lights also work without an internet connection. The Tekken Smart Outlet works without an internet connection as well. The Haiku fan only uses Wi-Fi, and it still worked. Gobi light strips have Bluetooth to use as backup if Wi-Fi's down, so it worked as well. Bond was still able to control my fans, so tons of stuff still worked without an internet connection. I did have to turn off my mobile data on my phone to force my phone to use Wi-Fi. What didn't work? Yeelights didn't work, but I can control them with HomeKit. HomeKit works great without an internet connection if you're on the local network. SmartThings was probably the biggest letdown without an internet connection, because you can't even control Zigbee lights in the app. However, local automations still work, including the SmartThings button that uses Zigbee. You can turn on or off Zigbee lights with the button, but unfortunately, Wi-Fi lights like this LifeX bulb won't work on the local automations without the internet. This is one of the reasons you might hear people rave about these different hubs that you can control locally. And I talk about these different hubs and controlling things locally in another video, which I'll link down in the description. So what about your smart thermostat? Well, if the internet is down, you can still control it from your screen just like any regular thermostat, but you can't control it from your phone. Same goes for my smart sprinkler controller and my smart door lock. And this is one of the big misconceptions that people have, that they think nothing in my smart home will work without the internet. So let's look at a few more things and see if they work without the internet. What about cameras? If you have an Arlo, then you can record locally to a micro SD card or flash drive depending on which base station you have. So you can still get the footage if the internet is down. Same goes for Wyze cameras, since they all have a micro SD card slot on the camera. You can't see the footage on your phone if the internet is down, but you can pop out the SD card and view it on a computer if you need to see it right away. If you have a Nest camera, you're out of luck since it's only cloud-based. Same goes for Ring doorbells. Your doorbell will ring on the physical doorbell, but the Ring chime won't even work if the internet is down. You also won't get the footage, and this is a security risk, so if you're looking for a security system, make sure it has cellular backup, and for the cameras that it can record locally so you don't miss any of the footage. Google Home speakers? Nope. Echo devices? Nope. The only thing that works is if you already have an alarm or timer set that will go off when the internet is down, you'll still be alerted. When the internet goes back on, usually everything just starts working again. Occasionally I'll have to power cycle a light or something, but usually I don't have to. If my power goes out, then it's going to be like most people's houses. Nothing's really going to be working, unless you have like a backup generator or something. I guess this is the closest thing I have to a backup generator. There's still a few things that work, like outdoors I have solar powered and battery powered lights, and battery powered motion closet lights. Obviously I'm not going to go hang out in the closet if the power is off, but I can pull down the light and turn it on to use it for emergencies. Not bad. When the power comes back on, you would think it's always a time of celebration. Well, not if you have smart lights. Then it may be a nightmare. And this is something that can easily get overlooked even by myself, and it's the powered on state of a smart light. So when the power gets cut to a smart light and it gets powered back on, then what does the bulb do? Some devices like Philips Hue have a setting that you can choose. So if the lights are off and the power goes off and back on, the lights will stay off. Not all lights have this, and this is where it can become a nightmare. Story time. So a few nights ago, our power went off around 3 a.m. and came on shortly after, and almost all our smart lights came on as well, which is so annoying because I even have a smart light right next to my bed. And so I woke up and I was trying to turn them off, but the router was still booting up and it took a while to get all the lights off. So when I went back to bed, the power went off again and turned back on, and so I had to do it all over again. And we even had family visiting that night, so I'm pretty sure I unsold them on smart lights forever. So if you want to avoid this nightmare, make sure you check the powered on behavior of smart lights. And most smart lights, when they're powered back on, will turn back on, so just be warned. I'll make sure to include the powered on state in my future reviews and comparisons with smart lights, so make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. This isn't limited to smart lights though. When I was using the Ecovacs robot vacuum, when the power would go out, it would start vacuuming. Luckily this doesn't happen on the Roborock S5 that I'm using right now. If the internet or power goes out, it's not the end of the world, and I'm surprised at how much of my smart home actually works without the internet. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time. What's worse than my internet or power going out? My smart home turning on me.
It's time to spend more money on Amazon Prime.
Nah, I'm good.
Read, you know what I'm capable of.
Okay, Alexa, I surrender.